Summertime for the year of 2025 is coming to a close. It blew by, kind of sad, but favorite season's coming up, which is fall. But really wanted to end the summertime of 2025 out with a bang and give you all a first impressions over a hyped up niche fragrance. And this one is from the house of Loumari, and it is Porthole. We're going to be touching more on this presentation, talking about some notes and accords. Mainly going to be focusing on the opening of the scent. I don't like to comment on really anything else because I haven't given this proper wears, but also going to be touching on a few other things to boot in today's video. Stay tuned. Let's go ahead and hop into that presentation. So here's the front. It's got Loumari's kind of stamp on there. So it's got an L and an I. I know it's kind of dark to see, kind of dark room in here. But then on the side, you got the same thing there, same thing in there. It looks like this is a slip cover. And then on the back, you got some wording. So on the back right here, this is basically the ingredients. You got the barcode, all that type of jazz. So let's go ahead and rip this off. Blue slip covering. There it is. Struggle bus already. There we go. There we go. Alrighty. Wrapping. Get out of here. Alright, yep. So slip cover slips into place there. There you go. And then at the top, this is an extrait de parfum. There you all go right there. And then it's got some wordage at the bottom as well. Let's get that out of here. Throw that. And then here's the box. I like the feel of the box. It's kind of soft a little bit. And then you got Loumari again. And then on the back, there's nothing, brown and a cream color. Let's go ahead and take this out. And then your bottle sits in snug. So this is the new edition. They did have an old edition. They had older bottles. So if you see that around, they just upgraded the bottle. From what I've heard, I haven't smelled the old formulation. This new formulation is still the same. They just changed the presentation. So I can't comment on that because I've never smelled the old bottle. But yeah, I really like this bottle compared to the older one. It's nice. It's got a little stamp right there. And it says Loumari Porthole. It's kind of, this box has kind of got like a new shoe smell. That's kind of weird. But at the top there, and then at the bottom, you got the sticker. And then they got their little emblem down here as well. So let's go ahead and lay that down. There we go. There we go. And then the cap. Ooh, magnetic cap. You hear that? Nice. Alrighty. Let's go ahead. There you go. The cap's pretty heavy. You already know how we do. Got to line it up with the front. There we go. This is going to be my scent of the day today. I'm going to get 2 sprays on the hand and 1 in the air. You already know how we do on the first impression. So let's dive in. 2. And there we go. Okay, so here's what I'm getting at least with Porthole. This is reminding me of a tropical type of scent. And I looked at the notes and the chords before I hopped on. And I knew this was going to be very tropical. Big blast of that passion fruit, which they list the passion fruit. That's going to be in the mid of the scent. But you get that in the opening here. This is very strong, very pungent. From the notes, when I looked at them online, this has got pineapple, bergamot, iodine, and salt. And then in the mid, you got that passion fruit, you got some white florals, and you got some ginger. And then in that base, you got some musk, also caramel, and then you got some woody notes as well. But man, this is smelling it more and more. This is good. Good. Very juicy opening. I do get a little burst of that pineapple, but the passion fruit is the main player right when you spray it on. I am getting a little bit of that salty vibe with it as well. A little floral touch, a little floral tinge, not much. But if I had to kind of put my nose on it, with these accords I'm getting in the opening. This is going to be sweet, fruity, and tropical with a little saltiness. I would say though, with this scent, I am enjoying that big blast of the sweet kind of passion fruit here. It's reminding me a little bit of Pacific Chill. I will say with that Pacific Chill reminding me of that, it's just from that passion fruit. I will say Pacific Chill, just off this first rip with me wearing it and just spraying it on my hand here, Pacific Chill is more fruity, more fruit focused. This one is more, I would say, salty. A little bit more tropical leaning than that one. That one is tropical, but I feel like that one's more focused on the green aspect of things. That passion fruit, I would say, is about 99.9% similar in the way they both come across in both scents. And I forget if Pacific Chill has passion fruit, but it has that vibe in it. I forget if that's an official note, but who cares what notes usually say overall. But I do get that kind of nice, that passion fruit note from both scents, and it's used very similarly. They do smell different though. That one's gonna go more in the green type of realm. This one more in the salty, musky type of realm, because this does have musk in the base, and when I put my hand up close, I am smelling some musk overall, and that one not as much focused on the musk. It's more focused on the green, the fruitiness, and the sweetness. This one is more focused on the tropical, salty, musky, at least in the opening. And I will say Pacific Chill does have musk in it, of course, but it's in that dry down. But overall, I could see this really working well in the summertime. It's got that nice freshness overall that really kind of goes with that tropicalness. This isn't something that's really syrupy sweet. It's going to be that fresh sweetness, not something like you heard caramel in this. I'm not really picking up that caramel kind of syrupy sweet caramel. It's more that fresh sweet fruit that you get from Pacific Chill. But the reason, like I mentioned again, why I'm relating this Pacific Chill is because that passion fruit's really coming across, really putting my mind towards that scent, which, hey, I'm not mad at it at all. I know this fragrance has got some other comparisons to some other fragrances I haven't smelled, so I can't comment on that. But just going back to Loumari Porthole in this opening here, it seems like something that is for a tropical, sweet, salty type of fragrance. It's going to be around a while. It is pumping off the skin already. I know I just sprayed it on. Got to give it a good amount of time. I can't comment on the longevity and projection, but I'm holding my hand all the way down here, and I could smell it coming up here. I know I sprayed it in the air as well, but I smell going up here like that. Coming my nose right here, my hand directly under my nose. That's all I'm trying to say. But going more in the scent, this is going to be your beach vibes. This is going to be on that high heat, humidity days that you would want to pull out this scent just off first sprays. And the more and more I'm just smelling it here in the room, I just get, I get the nice vibe because I'm a big fan of Pacific Chill, and I just get remembrance of the Pacific Chill fragrance. Like I said, I feel like the Pacific Chill fragrance is more focused on the fruit salad, more fruity. It's got more fruity tones coming out. This is a passion fruit bomb compared to that one. I get a lot more of that passion fruit in this, a lot more other fruits in that sense. But this was one that if I feel like you want to wear something that is going to be appealing in that high heat situations and everybody around you would enjoy it, this would be something that would be non-offensive that everybody would rock. But overall, with that being said, this was a hard fragrance for me to pick up and get. And even at full price, you got to think about that as well with this Loumari here, going with Pacific Chill and this one. So you got to kind of maybe, and the other fragrances that this has got resemblance to, because like I mentioned, there are two other fragrances that this one closely resembles, but I cannot comment on those. So you might want to get samples all four and see which one you would be wanting to rock, because I could see how this could be redundant to Pacific Chill, for example. Why would you need both? overall, I'll have to come back with the performance side of things because that's a big thing for me. Like I mentioned before in previous videos, Pacific Chill doesn't perform as much as I would like it to. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but might be going nose blind, I never know. But the more and more this scent is drying down, more of that passion fruit is coming out, and I am really a big fan of that. Kind of, you do get that passion fruit with that woody base coming forward a little bit, and then you got that salt as well I'm smelling, and then the white floral. Not really getting any bergamot, not really getting any ginger at all in the scent. It's more of kind of a white floral scent kind of in the outskirts, and then you're getting the fruitiness with the passion fruit. I'm getting a little tinge of pineapple in this as well, but it's mainly that fruitiness coming from the passion fruit. I'm getting some woods, and I'm getting some white floral saltiness as well. But this really definitely warrants a lot of wears in that high humidity in the summertime, because the more and more I'm smelling, it's kind of got that addicting facet with that passion fruit. I would see this could be a day or nighttime scent, and the way it is projecting now, I'm guessing it's going to be a good performer. Like I can't quote on it again, but this would be a daytime, definitely rocking high heat situations. Also, I feel like this would work well on a summer date night as well, depending if you're going outside. Excellent choice right here. Just off this first spray, wearing it off this first time, smelling it the first time, I could say more daytime a little bit for me, and I would say a little bit more masculine than feminine as well. It is a unisex scent. I feel like women could pull this off as well, but it's just got a little facets in this opening here that I could see a guy rocking it a little bit more, and of course that could change in that mid and that dry down. But overall, this scent is for somebody that wants a passion fruit tropical focused forward scent with some sweetness, fruitiness, white floral, woody kind of tinge with some musk in that base as well, and some sweetness. Definitely see if you can get a sample of this one. Try it out for yourself. See what you think. But that is my first impression of Loumari Porthole. Getting a lot of that passion fruit, a little tinge of pineapple woodiness, muskiness, and some white florals with a little saltiness sprinkled in there. But definitely one for the high heat days. And I'd be interested to see how this would work in the wintertime. Sometimes I wear Pacific Chill in the wintertime as well, just to see how that fruitiness kind of goes around. I'd be interested to see how this one does as well. So Loumari Porthole, nice release overall. If you're interested in this scent, see if you can grab a sample somewhere. Like I said, this was difficult to get, so you might be looking around for a while. Also, like I mentioned, it's got similarities to that Pacific Chill. You might want to just go with Pacific Chill because that one's easier to find overall if you're interested in a tropical fruit forward type of scent. But passion fruit bomb overall, and definitely going to have to give this one more wears and see where it stacks up against the rest of the fragrances I have picked up this year. Let me know if you've tried Loumari Porthole in the comments down below. Very curious to hear you all's thoughts on this scent here and the House of Loumari. There is another fragrance I was thinking about picking up from the house as well. But that is it for this first impression. Don't leave just yet. At the end there'll be a video that the algorithm thinks you would need to watch, YouTube thinks you need to watch. Check that one out, or check my fragrance playlist. It will be there at the end of the video as well. And with all that being said, hopefully you all are staying healthy, stay positive, be true, take care.